is someone who is quietly and extraordinarily impactful.
I would describe him as charismatic. Rick grew up on a family farm, and the family also had Bauerly construction. And in that family environment, Rick developed a really strong work ethic and learned a business sense and savvy.
He has been part of Central Minnesota from the beginning and has gone elsewhere to add additional skills and members of his network and so forth, but remains so committed here.
Then Rick pursued his degree at St. John's University. I think that was a very good fit for him, and went on to Harvard Business School, where he honed his business skills.
And he has managed through those abilities and resources to have major impact in Central Minnesota and well beyond, in a financial sense, but also in a sense that has impacted so many lives, communities, individuals.
It was always clear that his family was his priority, and in Helga he found an amazing life partner, raising their beautiful daughters.
When I think about community building, I think about so many people in this community who are doing that good work, and I'd like to share 3 quick examples. Father Kevin Anderson, when Helga and I were planning for our wedding, we were struggling a little bit with some of the differences between the Lutheran and the Catholic traditions. And Father Kevin, with his empathy and his great smile, he talked us through it a few times and ultimately reminded us that what the traditions have in common is far more important than their small differences. And I remember the essence of what he said to us being that all Christians, as well as Jews and Muslims, share the same God of Abraham. And so the differences don't matter that much. And further, he would say to us that all people really have the capacity to love their neighbors. And so Father Kevin, he built a bridge for us to meet on and walk across, and then he blessed our marriage.
Granite Partners, I think, officially speaking, is a holding company that has ownership in a variety of companies based in Central Minnesota across several sectors. And in addition to an ownership role, they play a role in improving the capability of those businesses so that they remain strong, so that they increase their output, their impact, their employment.
Granite Partners gives business owners an ability to find a succession for their business and see that their employees are going to continue to be owned locally and managed with very sound personal and business principles for the long-term well-being of the company, the communities they're in, the employees, and the investors.
I know he takes just huge pleasure in the success of others. And you see that both at the level of data and sort of macro analysis of impact. And he gets fired up about that, and he'll dig into the data and he'll make sure you're not missing something. But he also gets fired up with the stories of individuals and with the humans that he works alongside.
Greg Schumacher, my Johnny brother and partner, is forging bonds across our community. His work is recruiting leaders to the Granite companies, and over time he's asked us to rethink our hiring criteria. Now, we've always looked for hard work and teamwork in assessing achievement and contribution. And he's asked us to think deeply about the sources of achievement, because we all are born with and given certain blessings, but we all also face some burdens and challenges in our life. And so he's asked our entire community to look for and assess both the utilization of those blessings and the overcoming of burdens and adversities. And by doing this, we're becoming more welcoming and inclusive in our Granite community. We're becoming fairer and more diverse, and we're becoming even more productive and sustainable.
And then best of all, the results of the success that they've engineered in those places, along with so many great partners, it has to be said, but the results they use not just to make life better for all the people directly involved in the businesses, but also impact the lives of many others through philanthropic undertakings, through generosity, through gifts, through programs.
I think for Rick, community is at the core of doing business. I think he demonstrates that in everything he does. It's much bigger than himself, it's much bigger than his company.
Another community builder is my sister and partner, Shelley Bauerly. When Ayan Omar was working to connect high school students with mentors in the community, Shelley was there with her. And the two of them, and big brothers, big sisters, built a mentorship program, a year-long experience to help students explore life in the region, career and vocational opportunities, as well as college opportunities. And before the program, the students would say, "I don't see opportunities for me here in this region." But after the program, on formal evaluations, they say, "I see opportunities here for me, and I plan to stay here." Bridges built and bonds being made.
And in partnership with the Community Foundation, Granite Partners has given their investors a way to transfer wealth, not only to their families or to whoever will eventually own their shares, but also to the community.
In 2019, Shelley and Greg and I incorporated Granite Charitable, a vehicle to receive gifts of private stock that can benefit community organizations in our region for decades and even across generations. Together, we are hoping to share blessings and share in burdens in our community. And on behalf of Shelley and Greg and Helga and I want to thank all of the stakeholders in CMCF for your work in building a great community.